Coming up, election season not over quite yet. Meet your candidates for the Johnson County Supervisor's race.
And later, UI Dance Marathon announces plans for a $2 million donation. Where that money is going, coming up.
I'll tell you about one Hawkeye basketball player that is making an appearance back on the court this season.
Clear skies for the rest of the weekend. I'll tell you how you can expect some warmer temperatures for this winter. Your forecast coming up.
All that and more coming up on this Wednesday morning edition of DITV.
So don't go anywhere. It all starts right now.
Good morning and thank you for tuning in on this Wednesday, November 13th edition of DITV. I'm Bo Bowman alongside Caitlin Clark.
Here is a look at our top story this morning. Matthew Whitaker, a University of Iowa alumni and Attorney General, will appear in Des Moines today. Whitaker replaced Jeff Sessions as Attorney General last week. He will oversee Special Counsel Robert Mueller's Russia investigation. Whitaker has voiced his opinion about the investigation in the past. He has also questioned the legality of his appointment to Attorney General. Whitaker will be speaking at the Rural and Tribal Elder Justice Summit at 9:15 in the morning. The event will take place at the downtown Marriott Hotel.
Governor Kim Reynolds is challenging Representative Steve King to see if he wants to stay in office. This challenge comes after he questioned the value of diversity in the U.S. King won a 9th term in the midterm elections for Iowa's 4th District just last week. Reynolds and other Republican colleagues are criticizing King for his comments on immigration.
I think that Steve King needs to make a decision if he wants to represent the people and the values of the 4th District or do something else. And I think he needs to take a look at that.
King has served in Congress for 15 years. The Johnson County Board of Supervisors is holding a special election.
The county announced an upcoming election after the death of Supervisor Kurt Freeze on October 26th.
That election will be held on December 18th to fill the seat.
Now, 3 Johnson County residents have announced they are running for the open seat.
DITV News reporter Susanna Kloster is in the newsroom with more on the candidates. Susanna?
Thanks, guys. That's right. 3 people have officially announced their candidacy for the Johnson County Board of Supervisors. Democrats Pat Harney and Royce-Ann Porter, as well as Republican Phil Hemingway, will all be up for election. Harney served on the board for 16 years before retiring in 2016. Prior to that, he spent 33 years working for the Iowa City Police. If elected, he wants to focus on maintaining a balanced budget for the county. Porter is an Iowa City resident who currently serves on the Iowa City Community Police Review Board. If elected, Porter says she will be the first African American elected to a county-wide office in Johnson County. Hemingway is an Iowa City School Board member and was on the ballot for the general election where he lost to Janelle Reddig and Pat Hayden. Now running again for the seat, Hemingway still holds priorities of improving infrastructure, mental health care, and environmental protection. We will keep you up to date on election as it grows closer, and head over to dailyiowan.com for the full interviews with all of the candidates. Now guys, back to you at the desk.
Wildfires stretching across California are now the deadliest and most destructive in the state's history. As of today, 48 people are confirmed dead, with hundreds still missing. As the fires continue to rage, that number is expected to rise. Officials say the fire is now only 35% contained. More than 9,000 structures have been destroyed across the 130,000 acres of land. President Trump expedited a request to declare a major disaster in California. Yesterday, firefighters and rescue personnel are continuing to work around the clock.
And you know, Bo, meanwhile in Iowa, we've had some pretty freezing nights.
Yes, it's been pretty cold so far to start November off, but let's throw it over to Jacob in the weather studio to find out what the future holds. Jacob?
Thank you, Bo and Kaylin. According to the National Weather Service, temperatures are going to be slightly warmer than normal winter has been. For this year now, before you start jumping up and down with the thought of a milder snowfall season, listen to this. The National Weather Service also announced that though there may be slightly warmer temperatures, the amount of snowfall locally is anticipated to remain at a slightly average to previous years. What that pretty much means is while we will probably see the same amount of snow as we have last year and the previous years, it will likely not drop down below zero very often, which is a win in itself. Now moving on to your local forecast today, we are looking at a high of 39 degrees with no clouds in sight for your day and night skies. Your temperature will drop down to around 21 degrees, however, so those fuzzy gloves will come in handy. Thanks, Mom. As we move on to the rest of your week, Thursday is looking to be a bit warmer with a high of 43 and a low of 30 with another round of sunny skies to lighten up your day. Friday will bring in a few clouds, but nothing to worry too much about, as temperatures will stick in around the mid-40s for a high and a low in the upper 20s. Saturday is looking to be the most troublesome day of the week, as there is a 30% chance of snow showers in the morning with a high right around the freezing point for precipitation. Any moisture in the road has a potential to freeze, so make roads very slick. So make sure that you take it easy on the road as you're heading to work or class. And as we move into the afternoon, most of that moisture should move out and leave us with mostly overcasted skies into your night, and will dissipate very quickly as Sunday brings nothing but clear and sunny skies with a high in the lower 30s and a low in the lower 20s. Besides the low chance of precipitation Saturday morning, things are looking pretty calm and hopeful, and hopefully they will stay that way as we enter Thanksgiving break. I guess we just will have to see. That's all I have for you in the weather studio. Have a great week, guys, and back to you.
Thank you, Jacob. The University of Iowa Dance Marathon 25 plans to donate $2.2 million to the UI Children's Hospital. The money will be used to hire a child life specialist. This position will supply support to families and patients during medical procedures and will assist with school re-entry. UIDM has also given money towards MRI machines, the UIDM Pediatric Cancer Center, and many other projects. The Child Life Specialist is the 6th largest project the UI Dance Marathon has funded.
One study says mental health diagnoses among college students are on the rise, but more students are also seeking services. The American Psychiatric Association published the study based on trends from across the country. But the University of Iowa Counseling Services has also seen a higher number of people in their clinical hours. The report concluded that the reason for this increase could be a decreased stigma surrounding mental health.
The Tippie College of Business has reworked its MBA program to cater to those with busy schedules. This change follows the introduction of the online professional MBA, and it's specialized in the master's programs in business analytics and finance. Students now have a 16-month track to completion with in-person classes only on Fridays and Saturdays, with online classes in the summer. The program will launch in August 2019 in the Iowa City and Des Moines locations.
Well, Bo, cue the sad music because we must now discuss the state of Hawkeye football.
Oh, no, come on. They're playing Illinois this week. There's got to be some bright side there. I mean, it's Illinois. No.
It'll turn up.
It'll be a challenge nonetheless. Let's toss it over to Kim in the sports studio to hear more.
Thanks, guys. I'm curious to see if the Iowa football team will be able to pull off another win against Illinois like they did last season. Iowa football suffered their 3rd straight heartbreaking loss this weekend, and now the biggest question that surrounds this program is, what do they have left to play for?
We lift, run, practice year-round, 12 months of the year, and we only get 12 games. So no matter what you're feeling, all that work you've done all year, there's no point in looking past a game when you have the opportunity to play a football game.
As a competitor, obviously you don't want to lose. But you still gotta look at it at the retrospect and at a perspective, saying we're out here playing a game. How cool. There's put it in perspective. There's a lot of people that aren't are and wish they were. So you gotta every time you go out and take the field, you gotta have fun. There's no looking back. You just gotta look forward. So
how do we move forward as a football team right now? What's there left to play for? And I've always felt like anything in sports. I mentioned the other night we prepare pretty much year-round. You only get 12 opportunities guaranteed, so every game is really special. We've got 2 scheduled, and they're awfully important to us. I know they are for our opponents also.
Iowa will have a chance to bounce back this weekend when they travel to Champaign to face Illinois. Now Iowa wrestling comes to Carver for the first time this season when they take on Princeton this Friday. And Hawk fans will see a couple of unfamiliar faces as 5 Hawkeye wrestlers will make their debut. Coach Brands and a couple of veterans on the team gave them some advice.
We don't talk much about advice. They've been in that arena. They've been on those stairs. They've been watching it. And you know what? When you're a competitor, it's time to go. There's really no advice except make it hard on your opponent. In here. Relax and do your job and have fun.
Just relax, take it in, but don't get too pumped. It's easy to, get excited with all the fans and kind of go nuts, but then you're using up energy that you need to use to put on a show for them. So that's what I would say.
I'm pretty pumped. I know, like the fans are crazy. That's what they keep telling me, and then Tom keeps telling me I'm gonna be a fan favorite. Hopefully, I know. I just like to score points, so it's gonna be fun.
Newcomers like DeSanto will take the mat for the first time in black and gold Friday night at 7 sharp. The Iowa women's basketball team has been missing a key player at the end of last season. DITV sports reporter Natalie Acapelli will tell you why.
Not one, but 2 ACL tears can be draining on an athlete, and Tania Davis has encountered what most athletes fear, getting their love taken from them.
The thing that, you came to Iowa to do, to play on this team, and that's taken away from you, that's really hard to handle, not only physically rehabbing that ACL tear, but mentally as well.
I'm taking it one day at a time, like I said, just taking it day by day, practice by practice, and not thinking anything of it.
I think we all miss Tania. I mean, being able to see her, I know that a lot of the conference has forgotten about her because she hasn't been able to play much since freshman year. And so I think she's going to be our X factor this year, that dark horse that no one's going to think about and expect.
I just don't want it to happen again. And I would say that's my biggest mental roadblock right now is just I've been through this twice. This is my senior year. I don't want it to happen again. I don't want to lose another year due to another injury.
After watching her teammates from the bench last season, Tania got her spot back into the starting lineup for their season opener against Oral Roberts.
Suiting up, lacing them up for real, and playing against somebody other than ourselves or our practice squad, it felt amazing, especially knowing that my teammates had my back and they were rooting for me as well as the fans.
With that being said, hopefully Tania can finish out senior year strong and contribute on the court for the Hawks this season. Reporting from Carver Hawkeye Arena, this has been Natalie Acapelli, DITV Sports.
The Hawks will be missing a different player from the starting lineup for the beginning of this season as well. Junior guard Kathleen Doyle is currently injured in her left hand, and we will keep you updated on that as the season moves along. That's it for me in the sports studio today, but be sure to tune back tomorrow to hear from DI pregame editor Adam Hensley live in the newsroom for more on football's match up at Illinois this weekend. Guys, the desk, back to you.
Chip and Joanna Gaines are coming back to TV after they ended their renovation show, Fixer Upper.
That's right. The couple announced on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon that they will be partnering with Discovery. Their HGTV show ended in April after 5 seasons and the birth of their 5th child.
They will be creating their own network called the Magnolia Network. And I gotta say, I'm not a big HGTV guy. I don't think I've ever seen Fixer Upper.
I mean, they could come help me fix up my apartment anytime.
I'll agree to let them do that. All right, that's all we have for you on this Wednesday morning edition of DITV.
Be sure to head over to DailyIowan.com for all your latest news between Monday and Friday.
And if that isn't enough, the Daily Iowan for you, be sure to check out our print edition of the news on stands now.
For DITV News, I'm Kaylin Cluck.
And I'm Bo Bowman. Have a great day, Iowa City. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Same time, same place.